we are on Dead Sands, and I said this earlier with Pryon. Dead Sands is kind of like the new Wreckers, you know, like not that bad of RNG. It's kind of like how it used to be on Wreckers. But I actually have a little problem with this map for Unknown. For anyone who doesn't know, you see these little sand dunes around. The UVX really bounces weirdly on these. It's something about the collision detection, and it really messes with the bounce logic. And we instantly get a tag on Acid. Do we get a UVX as well? We do. Very nice. This is a good start for Angel so far. And we see an interesting build. We see Corrupt, Pain Res, Eruption, Machine Learning.
I love machine learning. I love it.
I like this pick. Personally, Haste is... Oh, that's a very good shot by Angels. Very nice. Acid instantly going down under that pallet. This is a very quick first chase.
So I was terrified. You could hear the generator slightly cranking there, and you saw the nearby survivor. That was a fearless pickup on that pallet by Angels. But Angels said, "Nah, they're not gonna make it." Makes the pull, gets the hook. We decided not to take the pain res. There were pain res hooks, scourge hooks in range to hook Acid. But we decided not to. We got a really quick unhook here on Acid, which will get the Unknown away from these generators, but you can hear there's not a whole lot of, I don't know how that did hit. There's not a whole lot of progress here on these generators yet. So, like you said, very quick down, and we're looking to continue our tunnel out. If we can tunnel out pretty quickly, this will really, you know, people make the joke, haha, the Unknown, it's the harmless. Well, if you get a tunnel out pretty quickly, it ain't going to be that harmless. We're looking for maybe a teleport play here. Luckily, there is another pallet nearby. We're gonna greet it. Keep in mind, folks, we are NA to NA. There is no cross ping rules, so any of the cross ping rules that have come into play. Great juke back into the killer, but unfortunately does go down. But under pallet, and you can see that is Momo hanging out. I don't think Momo's gonna get, and unfortunately not gonna get it. Are we gonna push for the pain res here? Maybe. Yeah, anyway, sorry. No cross ping was what I was getting at. Too much is happening. I can't get a sentence out.
Yeah, Acid is in a west and Angels is in a east. So there is a little bit of ping, but it's nothing like, you know, EU to NA, for example. It's
no rule
maybe
changes.
Yeah, ADMS, and there's no rule changes for that. And Acid already deathhook at 4 gens. This is a very good start for Angels, especially with the fact that now he has a pain res hook right next to the gen that Kenshi has been working on since the start of this game. I think Winter are making a very big misplay here. Having Acid take the first chase into the active generators at the start, very, very risky. And we have an instant TP back, going to be looking for Acid, going to be looking for that 3v1 as quick as possible. We do have machine learning, although the gen is very low progress, so it's not really going to come into play this chase most likely.
They're pulling that unfortunate UVX there does not bounces off the windowsill instead of through it. They're pulling really quickly here. Like, look how quickly. I feel like they could have utilized. I realize that the Unknown can go across the map and teleport back, and really, while the Unknown is not at the hook, is when you should unhook. But I mean, with how quickly he can get back to hook, you know, it's kind of the same thing as some of the really mobile killers. Pulling really fast and not utilizing some of the 70-second timer is just leading to Acid getting 10 out really fast. We do use Shack Pallet here. We've got a couple of related pallets here, but we're going to need to dodge UVX. We do dodge a UVX, so we are going to make a little bit more distance here. Looks like someone might be lingering for a hit tank. That was a little bit of an ambitious UVX, kind of shoots past the pallet there that we throw. Angels is trying to finish this tunnel on Acid. Acid is using up as many resources as possible, trying to stop here. Misses another UVX. I don't know if Angels is, these are kind of shorting them and a little bit off center. I'm not sure if, wow, great progress by Team Winter. Angels is going to get the tunnel out on Acid, but that's 4 generators done. Exceptional comeback from a really, a bit of a rocky start there for Team Winter.
This went from a very bad spot for Team Winter to a very good spot for Team Winter, because Acid had an amazing last chase. The issue is a lot of good pallets were used. That 2 jungle gems were used, a couple fillers. Most of them are gone. So these survivors, although they're now in the 3v1 with only 1 gen left and no hook stages, they're going to have good chases with not a whole lot left. If the unknown is able to get very quick downs, like Nurse or Spirit level, by any means, it's going to be very difficult. And it looks like Momo's going to go down here because of that haste from machine learning. Machine learning
stealth.
lasting so long. And
Momo
didn't even notice where he teleported.
Yeah. Yeah, Momo was in that corner. Sorry, I wanted to jump in there. I was shocked. I was a little bit disappointed for a second. I was like, wow, Momo really didn't play that very well. But no, the reality was the machine learning is both stealth and again, here we get another free M1s. The Team Winter is giving up a lot of free M1s, and there was no stealth that time. So what I'm about to say about Momo, you can't say the same about Jaden here. But Momo didn't know assumed the killer was coming, had no eyes on it, got eyes on it from a position where there was no pallet, and took a free M1. That was a stealth and speed situation. So it's completely reasonable that Momo took the hit there, but at a glance, it looked like there was a mistake, but just good angle by Angels. That's all it was.
Yeah, and Angels actually noticed the crow from Jaden as well, being able to know that he's at least in that area, and then saw a shadow behind the wall, so gives an even more free M1. So now we have a bit of a situation here. Not a whole lot of gym progress, but one person on hook and one injured, and Momo's about to go second stage. Unless Jaden is somehow making a play for the pool here, I very much doubt it. Kenshi might have been playing for the trade. We'll have to see if he dodges his shot. He does. That is huge. He's going to be able to get his UVX off. Never mind. Angel's TP's away. Goes back for Jaden. He's going to be getting on this gen. My casting sounds so aggressive for the fact that there's no chase music, but it's just a little bug with unknown for the spectator. You do hear
they fixed it a while ago, but it seems like it's come back. Like there was a time when there was some speed there, some volume there. Unhook comes in on Momo, but like you said, went to struggle, and Momo is weakened by that. Now it looks like they might go down pretty quickly. Oh no, we're going for first hooks here. Flightless, there you go.
Yeah, he's trying to go for the pain res, it seems. Trying to keep Jaden from being able to pop his gen. Jaden leaving a little late there. Gets sniped. Oh, this was looking so bad for Winter. Then looking so good. Now looking not so good again. Angels goes for the same shot they hit on Acid earlier, but Momo doesn't fall for it because clearly Momo has been training. He's been in the gym, getting his protein powder. Never mind, he gets shot there.
Big shot. Yeah.
I mean, this is the issue of Acid having a good chase, but using a lot of resources. And now that they don't really have a whole lot, does dodge that shot, but I mean, I don't think it matters. He's going to have to make something happen here. He's in chase away from every down survivor.
That was a really great blind juke, but yeah, I mean, looks like, unless something really crazy happens here, this looks like we're on the last chase here, and this looks like a 4K1, which, you know, joking, haha, the harmless, this is a very good result for our killer. Typically, unknown gets out, so getting a 4K1 here is pretty phenomenal for Angels. Yeah, wow, what a swingy match. You know, that it looked like that quick down and that quick tunnel, the quick two hooks and the continued tunnel out on Acid looked like, wow, this is going to be a really explosive match for Ascent. Then, you know, that last chase, we see 3 generators pop. 1, 2, 3 in a row. Unfortunately, like I said, with the machine learning catching Momo out, getting a pretty quick 2-tap on Momo, then basically everybody getting caught out. Free M1s, UVXs are landing, and man, Angel just snowballed into that 4K1, and yeah, I mean, that sets up the survivors of Team Ascent. All they got to do is pop every generator, and they are going to take this unknown set and take the first set of the best of 5.
Yeah, this just goes to show that the most important thing for unknown set is that first and second chase. That third chase, although it was really good, he's Deathhook. He can't play risky. He can't greed. He can't really play for body blocks because they need gym progress. So he just has to fight on his own and use as many resources as possible. This should be a pretty good win condition for Team Ascent. A little bit of a different build from Jaden. Instead of machine learning, we have Ruin. And we have game cartridge, and I don't remember the name of that add-on, but I remember what it does. Every time you infect a survivor with the UVX, it decreases the next spawn of your teleports by 15 seconds. Although it's actually a little it's actually a little misleading. It doesn't actually do 15 seconds, by the way, because base kit is 10 seconds, and this doesn't add on 15 seconds. It adds on 5 seconds. So, actually, not as good of an add-on as people think. I've seen a lot of people running it recently, and good play from Angels, just trying to dodge this UVX. Looks like, is he going to dodge it? He does. He just holds W. Gives a free M1 from the teleport, but I think that's honestly good because he's not infected anymore. Jaden will have to re-infect him for this, and he has Shack Pallet as well.
Yeah,
this
Angels...
is already a much better start for Team Ascent.
Oh,
never mind. You know what? I shouldn't have spoken. Andrew,
what were you saying?
Sorry,
still a better start. No, still a better start. We had it down at 5 generators with almost no progress last time. Now that was a down with 1 generator done. That is significantly better than it was. That's exactly what you want to see. Yeah, Angels kind of got stuck in that situation where you had to run through the hallucination. If you don't run through the hallucination, you take an M1. If you do run through the hallucination, you get an M1. But did a really good job of breaking the weakened state, because Jaden kind of had to shoot off the second shot, was running out of time on the breaking out, cleansing the weakened state. Good little mortar shot blows up on the top of that mausoleum and infects Zavish for later. Good juke here by Angels using the built-in endurance. Gonna try and make it to Shack Pallet. I think we got plenty of time. We're not gonna bother hitting him and giving him any distance here. Jaden is gonna try and keep the chase here at Shack. Probably, I'm guessing we're gonna double back. Ruin is off of the map now, so we're down to two more perks, sorry. That brings Eruption into play. Shack Pallet's gonna go down. We are gonna get a UVX weakened state here on Angels. Now 1 UVX away from our second down on Angels. We're running the short side, goes for the wall bang, but doesn't come through. We're gonna cleanse again, and Angels is prolonging this chase. This is really good if you're a fan of Team Ascent.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a really good chase. Jaden just missing these shots. Angels really not dodging as Jaden is expecting, and gets that stun. Jiggied away from the Power Gem, so he's been able to save it. Now, he does have a free infection here. Decides not to take it, goes for the M1 instead. I understand that play completely, although we are probably going to have a couple gens popping very soon. We did have someone cleanse a Ruin, but the person who saved Angels been working on Gen, and the person who didn't cleanse Ruin or save has also been working on Gen. So we should be at 1 Gen very, very soon, if I had to guess.
Yeah, and
it looks like we do find 1 of the gens. Okay, so we do stop it from popping, but there goes 1.
Lots of progress here. Lots of progress here, about half progress there. That was a nice little full sends it on the L wall there and gets it through on Wispy. We're gonna teleport back. It's interesting if you compare this to the last match with Angels on Killer. Angels had such a fast down, opted not to use the pain res on the first hook. Jaden needed to use the pain res on the first hook, and as a result, didn't have any regression for the second hook. And yeah, you're seeing the result of that. Lots and lots of gen progress here. We are trying to get an extra down here on Wispy while we're waiting for that unhook to come in. The unhook does come in. No For the People play or any kind of heal comes in. Angels is on our last chase here. Dodge is but Dodge is out for the UVX, but hits the lingering hitbox, and now we are 1 UVX away from going down. We are going to get the down here, but we are 1 gen away from winning this match for Team Ascent. Is anyone nearby for that pallet save? No. What do our gens look like here, Flightless? I see one here. I know there's one behind us, sort of just outside of Shack. There's the generator. That's a win for Team Ascent.
Yeah, the tunnel on Angels ended up being the downfall here, because that chase, and Jaw showing a little bit of sportsmanship, showing how to crouch is really good info for Jaden. Now he can maybe implement that into his killer gameplay, and he's going to take the 6 stages, which I mean, still respectable result here. Just not quite as good as 4K1, unfortunately. It's a little off. Maybe a couple more stages he would have gotten it.
And yeah, I mean, pretty clean. Honestly, I think that the difference there was just the first chase obviously took a little bit longer. They managed to get the first gen done, and just in really good efficiency. I mean, I guess the other team had more efficiency as well, but because the tunnel out took the entire match, you don't get into that. We never got to that 3v1 situation, which is when, if you go back to last, Momo starting at Shack is going to head right towards that main building right away. That hill there is interesting, and we're going to find, looks like we're going to find Angels here for our first chase.
Yeah, Matt, looks like that might have been a sprint burst. I don't think that was a balance landing. He went kind of low. We went on the drop down, but misses that curve. He's going to probably just break his pallets. Yeah, very smart play. Now he has his overdrive. So Angels is forced to drop. He does, and he gets the stun. Momo not doing the cancel tech where you cancel last millisecond to break the pallet. Choosing to keep him zoned edge map. Angels running behind maybe. He does. He completely sent it away. Very smart from Angels. Makes his tile now.
I want to point something out really quickly. There is no expecting. You see this often with killers like Billy, expecting a quick down. We do not have. Nice try there. We did not run corrupt intervention. We have Ruin Undying with Bamboozle and Eruption as a security for when we lose our totems. But they're going to be being able to be cranking off like any generator on the map now because there was no corrupt intervention.
Yeah, and they, in fact, spawned on the Ruin, so they got the Undying out of the way very quickly, meaning he still has his Ruin up, but one more cleanse, and he doesn't have it anymore. And also, he doesn't have the aura reading from Undying. So, one perk gone doesn't mean the end of the world, but it's still a very, very big downside. Winning these 50s, Zappos is. Nice play by him. Does he make this pallet? Oh, he doesn't!
Oh, God. No, that's bad for them.
Zaff is known for being a very good chase serve with very low ping, but his ping didn't help him that time. Now it looks like we're going for the tunnel on Angels. Does he have any safe pallets to work with? He doesn't have this one anymore. Momo already broke it. He has to go towards the slug, which is very bad for them. And I was right, it's sprint burst.
It is sprint burst, which is bad because that means we had to use it immediately. We don't have any get out of jail free right now. Oh my goodness, what a great vault!
Jaw barely gets that body block in time. Goes down though. Now Momo's in a really good spot. Ruin is eating away at any other gen that the survivors would not work at. Angels goes down. Zappos vaulted inside maybe and is going for the pickup. Momo opting to still slug. I don't know about this. I think he should just go back to Angels and pick up, which... Never mind, he's going to take the fresh hook on Jaw and then pick up Momo. Smart play.
I like this. Take the extra hook. They'll get the free unhook on Jaw, but while they're doing that, you've got Zappos injured, and now you're going to get the second hook on Angels. Everyone has to recover. Ruin is still up. This is a fantastic position to be in if you're Momo, and we're going to take a basement hook. Now, Shack is pretty isolated over here, so it's kind of a pain to proxy camp this because you're not going to be able to get on any of the generators. Looks like we found Ruin, so we're about to be down to a 2-perk game for our killer. We're going to have Eruption as a backup, and we also obviously have the Bamboozle.
But it looks like Momo's not opting to look for his Ruin. He's looking around for Savior. He thinks that someone's stealing edge map. He sees that his Ruin is gone already, but I guess he's opting to go for the person who cleanse Ruin. No, he's just going to camp this. This is smart play. No one can go down in the basement without dying, no matter what, unless they somehow get BL down. But misplay from Wispy, giving it free info on where he is. Now,
not sure if they didn't call out where the Billy was, because obviously you would have had terror radius for Angels on the hook, right? So that was a bit weird. Showing yourself, they're the only one there. Everyone is injured, so you don't think no one's coming in for it.
Wait.
Wow. How did this happen?
Momo overextended, looking for Wispy, trying to greed for the down, and ends up giving him the pull for free. He does get the slug, but this is tenacity.
Clean.
So although Wispy can't pick himself up for free, tenacity is almost an unbreakable. Like, he's recovering and crawling out of basement extra fast. Does bump, loses a little bit of time. He's probably going to erupt this gen and then commit for the tunnel out on Angels, if I had to guess. Never mind, he's going straight for Angels.
We've got one slug in the basement of all places. Like you said, tenacity, so they're able to get out of there. But yeah, I mean, we're in a really strong position. Everybody's injured. You've got one slugged, and unfortunately looking left, and we came from the right. We're trying to get in there for maybe get a save. No, you know what? I thought maybe that was a save, but we just came over to the generator that was active. Angel's just trying to find a lifeline, runs over to an active generator that will be kicked and have eruption put down on. I gotta guess. Actually, you know, maybe Momo leaves. Comes over here. Yeah,
absolutely amazing tenacity value as well. He did erupt the gen next to Angels most likely, and then erupts that gen. He can just commit for his Zaphis now. Never mind, decides not to. He knows someone's working his gen. He has Wispy here. He does still have this pallet up, but this 4-lane is not that good. He breaks his pallet, and all he has is this window. Wait. Oh, that's a huge down.
Gets it before the generator pops, so they're not. Now eruption goes off, and we get aura. So now we're able to go chase this chase over here on Zaphis. Zaphis has main building window and the stacks, whatever you want to call it here. He's got this pallet here in main, but that's about all we're dealing with. The window is obviously good. We haven't vaulted it, so we're going to vault out of it, which means we're not, the window wasn't bamboozled yet, but now it is. Looks like, yeah, okay, Wispy was picked up, so we're going to go head back and try and catch up to Jaw here now. This is, we're hanging on a thread here. This is looking like we're in 4K territory like we should be. Oh, goes for, oh, and the lingering hitbox! We go for the car tech, slide off the car, and we do hit Jaw. I was gonna say, we're looking at a 4K here, but the question is, can the survivors get any more of these generators done? We have 2 generators, very high progress. We're gonna kick that one, head back over to find Wispy on this generator. Again, exceptionally high progress, but if we get the down, the eruption goes off, and we gotta get Jaw off the floor. Zaphis, do we do the generator, or do we go get Jaw? What do we do here?
It looks like we're just going to be committing for Wispy. Yeah, Zaphis got the pick up on Jaw. There is no unbreakable, I think. So we see. Okay, that greed was so risky and it worked out.
Oh no, Wispy!
Down anyway. No, Wispy Prime back in 2024 would have won that, but nowadays not so much. Now he's going to force Zaphis away from that gen. Goes back for the slug. I mean, they have decent progress, but like these slugs are coming out so quickly, and he's eating through these pallets. I don't know if he has anything here to work with. Jaw's going to have to dodge this chainsaw. He does, because Momo bumps. Zaphis gets the pickup. Now they might have someone rotate for that gen earlier, and then yeah, Jaw gets a stun. This pallet's gone though. Does he make Shack? Decides not to go for him. Okay. Yeah, they do pop that gen. Okay, this is looking like a 4K1 now. This went from 4K3 territory to 4K1 pretty quickly.
Good recovery for Ascent here. That was very close. I mean, Momo was hanging on by a thread there, trying to stop multiple generators that were about 90% done. So, very respectful attempt here to keep it a 4K3, but I think you're right. This is looking like a 4K1. Let's not count that out, though. A couple good chases, and these survivors are back in it. We could get the generators done. Obviously, it's looking a little rough. Great curve there by Momo. Catches the very edge of Zaphis at that truck, the back end of that truck. We can see scratch marks here. I feel like these are a bait. I feel like this might be a bait. Otherwise, we would have been sneaking over there. I think we're gonna get Shack Gen done. But we don't, there's no juke there. We'll go straight into it, and we gotta go straight back to Shack. Jaw, what's happening?
No, Jaw was working on Shack, but it did get erupted, so he rotated for the quick pull.
Gotcha.
He does get the pickup. Does he win this pallet? He decides not to risk it. He's just going to keep them here. Oh, not going for the cancel tech, which is where, like I said before, you cancel the chainsaw right before you're about to get stunned, and the lingering hitbox of the chainsaw will break the pallet instead of getting stunned. But good stun timing by the survivors. I mean, tenacity is coming in clutch. He's able to make so much. He's able to save so much time with that bird.
Wispy's been crawling all over the map here today, and it's definitely paying off. Man, these survivors are hanging on, but they're hanging on. You know what I mean? Like, they're hanging on by a little, but great juke there. Just about hit it. Couldn't quite get the swing through there either. We're gonna have to leave this chase and go back to this generator. This generator has regressed quite a bit, but sounds like we've got it up to about 75% now. So it regressed down from about 90 to 50 and back up to 75. This one's sounding like about 50 as well. More eruptions. We're gonna start running out of kicks here on generators. Remember, every time we down somebody, any generator we've kicked is gonna get an additional regression event from eruption. So technically, you know, if you kick a generator and you down 4 people, that's it. You're out of kicks. We get the eruption goes off. We're again gonna slug. Like I think we're basically committed to slug until we have a 3 slug.
Yeah, he finds Wispy. Does he? He hits him
Again, Wispy, no!
Can he make it back to the gym before he pops? I think he can. It'll be close. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
A 4K too. Momo seems very happy about that. I would be too. That was so close. Ascent played that so well to keep these slugs going, but the turnaround came out too quickly, and there's so many pallets gone. There's basically nothing left on this entire map. Wispy having tenacity basically saved this game. It could have been 4K3. Had it not been for tenacity, I think it could have been 4K3 for sure.
I'm going to say this with respect because Wispy's a great player, okay? I haven't played competitive Dead by Daylight, except for, like, you know, a little bit of ranked here and there. I haven't played on a team in several years now, in a couple years now, and I was very low level. So let's not. I keep all this with a giant grain of salt. The number one thing I yell at my team when I was killer, and when I played on a team, my number one thing I would always say to my team was, throw the dang pallet. Throw the pallet. Stop going for the stun. Throw the pallet. Because if you get the stun, you're a hero. If you miss the stun, you look like a doofus. And I don't see any reason why you take the M1 at Shack there and swing through it. It didn't end up like costing the game right there, but it did lead to the chain reaction that led to the result we had there. Throw the pallet. The edge map pallet there that swung through, that's fine. That one's a 50-50. If you throw it, they go around, whatever. Just throw the pallet, man. No excuses to not throw Shack pallet.
A different build from Wispy. Ruin Undying, Corrupt, Deadlock. I don't know about this build because the second you lose that Ruin and Undying, you're chopped. There is basically nothing you can do to stop the generators. Deadlock is not good enough. Which obviously he doesn't know.
Value, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know about the win conditions when he made this build. Oh, good curve on Acid. Acid playing really greedy with that live, expecting to just get away for free, and he doesn't because of overdrive. This is a very quick first hook. And it's next to the Ruin Totem. So Wispy can play aggressive here. He doesn't have to camp this because he could obviously enforce for second stage, but his Ruin is still here. If he forces someone to pull, then he gets Ruin value, and they don't have time to cleanse it and pull. They only have time for one. So he can either defend the hook or the Ruin, and both are really good in this situation.
Well, and he can run back to. Running back to Shack, he's guarding both hook and wow, that was a great little slide off the car. Now you're guarding both the hook and the totem, right? Like, because they're both together, you're not pulled in 4 different directions. We're gonna be pressuring this generator here, and we're gonna go back and pressure the hook and the totem, and that's great. You're gonna see the other 2 generators. Actually, if you look at your HUD right now, you see Kenji and Julian are fully cranking those generators. Jaden is forced to play, back and forth on this gen. We're gonna see those gens pop, so we're gonna have information. Wispy's gonna get information immediately. Wow, we really crossed the map. This gives Julian space to get that unhook.
Yeah, it looks.
I think that might be a misplay.
Jaden might be getting the unhook soon. Does he get it before
Sorry,
second stage?
Jaden, Julian. Sorry, Jaden. I meant Jaden. Yes, you're right.
He does not get it before second stage.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that very good curve by Wispy, but now Jaden has been rotating for this pool for a long time now. He does get it, but thing is now he's going to be able to charge up Chainsaw. Does he get Jaden? It looks like he is. If Jaden can maybe dodge the Chainsaw, waste a little bit of time.
Sprint burst.
No, he
doesn't fall for it though. Clean, so clean.
But it doesn't matter because Acid got out of basement. That's the most important thing.
We found him.
Now, Deadlock actually kept Julian's gen from regressing too much with Ruin, and they pop it already. And we see Deadlock on the other gen that Jaden was on earlier. Now, as long as Acid can have a somewhat decent chase here, it looks like he's dead already.
Acid's playing really risky. Like that, like you said, that lied through the window. We ran to nothing. Shack Pallet is still up. Like dying with Shack Pallet up feels like a huge mistake. Like you're playing at Shack, and you have Shack Pallet, and now look what happened. Now you're dead. That time there, we were kind of playing risky too. We went to play for a window. That window is not great either. Obviously, we have the live. So it looks like twice now we got caught out looking for a live play that just ended up not paying off. And now as a result, Ass is dead. We're going to swing through M1. Kenshi's going to work on the generator. Don't mind me. I'm just a motor repairman.
Yeah, Kenshi's kind of doing Xenotech right now, cleansing that totem for no real reason. He knows, like, Wispy's right there. Like, he can just instantly interrupt him. And then, you know, doing a gen mid-chase, like, he's kind of forcing chase right now. Good stun from Jaden. It's going to be... Oh, he doesn't get the blind. That would have been Champions, remembering Jaden's build. He has Sprint Burst, Champions of Light.
Was that I don't think that was intentional.
No, that wasn't intentional. He got auto-aimed onto the breakable wall.
We got to be careful or we'll do it again here, right? So...
Yeah, he might be able to get... Oh, they already winning the 50s, and very nice from Jaden. Makes his pallet too. Wispy's going to have to make something happen. He's lost his Ruin. He only has Deadlock now. He doesn't even have Bamboozle. He can't like stop Shack.
He doesn't have Bamboozle. Because he took Corrupt Intervention. I didn't even realize that till this very second. You're right. And they just need to complete one more generator, and then this is over. Good little back and forth there, mind game on the bus pallet. But Kenshi's down. These generators are very split. We can run fast, but we're gonna need. Well, I mean,
never mind. He has car pallet here. He's perfectly fine, and he has another filler nearby. Okay. So Wispy's leaving this. He's going to go back for the pickup. I think Jaden might get it in time. He does. And now Julian's going to get back on his gen instantly. This is why bringing Deadlock might backfire, because even if Eruption only gives like 9 seconds time for the 10% that you get for the down, it's something. It gives you time to get back to the gen. And as Billy, that makes a huge difference. He has nothing.
We're perkless right now, right? Because Deadlock has 0 value because the next gen is the win.
Yes,
so
exactly. So
we're literally perkless. So yeah.
And he has to slug in the 3v1. He has no way to regress the gen. So even if he gets the downs, if he takes 20, 30 seconds to down someone, which is still very fast, that is 20 seconds worth of gen progress that he can't get rid of. So this is... Okay, as long as Kenshi doesn't get sniped here, I think Julian might pop his gen soon. It should be very, very close.
I'm just like holding my breath, waiting for the gen to pop. It's gonna come any second now. We've come all the way over to Kenshi here. Did we hear? Oh,
very smart. Julian played safe instead of trying to pop that gen and greed. He went for the pickup on Jaden. That is actually very smart.
Trouble is, we keep on getting slug over here by Shack, and this Shack area does not have a lot to work with anymore. That bus isn't great. We don't have a live player anymore, with Acid being dead. I will say this, though. Wispy hit some really, really nice chainsaws early on. The survivors are starting to... I'm going to curse the heck out of them right now. Someone's about to eat it. But the survivors are doing a really good job of being unpredictable when they go around loops. Great curve there. That was clean. That wasn't any mistakes or anything. But the survivors are doing a really good job of just being unpredictable when they break line of sight and not being where Wispy thinks that the curve should go. And it's paying off. This gen doesn't have nearly as much progress as I thought it would, though. I don't know, man. There's a lot of game left. Like, we're in this back forth slug situation, but there's a good chance of a tie here.
But there's 3 gens with over 50% progress and no way of regressing them. As long as they can keep up the rotations being good and not getting caught off guard, not getting sniped, and if you're getting chased, unfortunate bump from Wispy there, not being able to fly off the hill. As long as they don't get sniped and insta-downed, like, constantly in chase, and they rotate properly, I don't see a way Wispy can even 4K this, let alone 4K2. Because even if he 4Ks 2, it doesn't matter. It's a tie. It won't.
We've been close, though.
It's not the win.
Like, no, but it's been close. It's been close a few times. Like, The survivors have, someone goes down, the next chase is the one that matters. And the next chases have been fantastic. And the survivors have been managing to keep it long, keep the game going long enough, keep the chase going long enough that the slug gets picked up. All that has to happen is one of those second chases. We get it down, and then we leave the slug, and the second chase is a quick one. As soon as that happens, this game goes the other way. So I agree, the survivors are doing great right now, and it's very close. But all that matters at some point is that, okay, so that was a pretty quick. Julian's back on their feet. Kenshi is obviously up. They're splitting up at this point. If the next chase goes quickly, the survivors are in trouble.
Yeah, it is difficult because it depends on what Wispy expects them to do. If he expects them to just rush the gens, then he can stop them. And if they actually do it. If he expects them to go for the pickups and rotate and play safe, then they actually do that, he can stop them again.
Oh,
Very
good
good crouch from Kenshi. Very nice. That might be GG because the gen next to them is like 75% progress. Like even if Kenshi dies in the next 5 seconds, I don't think Wispy can make it back in time. They might just pop it in his face.
That crouch was fantastic.
It depends on how quickly they got on it. Never mind, they didn't get on it instantly. Okay, they're still playing it super safe. I think they're trying to just not risk it. They know that if they, like I was saying, if Wispy can predict what they're doing, either they gen rush or they all rotate, then he can stop them. But if they're doing both at the same time, then it's basically a pure gamble if he can find the rotation in time to stop the gen as well.
It's kind of crazy too because no one person has been slugged an exceptional amount of time. Like Kenshi still got 3 minutes left.
Yeah, Julian has been slugged the most, and he has like 2 minutes left on his timer.
Yeah, the slug timers are very long still. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm pointing out. Yeah, I agree.
And this is why Billy is so good yet so weak at the same time, because he's very good at mobility and getting the slugs, but it takes a few seconds, and then the survivors are completely split across the map.
Oh my goodness, this is so close.
Yeah, Julian's already rotated the bait, and this is where no regression comes in handy because he can't do anything. He can't stop these gens from getting too much progress.
Well, and the eruption aura read is so huge too, right? Like you kick a gen, you down somebody because we're getting downs. You down somebody, you get that extra 10%, which is an extra 9 seconds, like you said. But also, there is a good chance someone goes down, you see the aura across the map, and you can go quickly chainsaw.
Oh, this gen's like 95% as well. The other gen across
one of the
the
gens is
map
gonna pop. One of the gens is gonna pop. Yeah, even if you get it down right now, the other gen pops. This is over.
Yeah, Julian and Jaden were both there. Unless
there it is.
And that. Oh, they played this so well. I'm genuinely like, I've been watching. You know, it was Team Petroleum before, and now it's winter. But I've been watching them for a while, and you know they're a bit of a meme. They're a bit of a meme. Like they can win against really good teams and lose versus teams that have players with like 5 hours. But they genuinely played this really well. The chases were a bit cooked from time to time, but the general 4v1 gameplay, superb. They have been rotating at the right time, and they've been playing it safe. They haven't been playing too greedy, and I'm actually really proud to see that.
Yeah, you definitely pointed out the main point there. There were plenty of times where they could have potentially, you know, like when we had the slug over by the shack generator over there. Sorry, the main building generator. I apologize. There's many times where they could have tried to force the issue, and you know, bad skill check at the wrong time. You know, snipe from across the map, whatever happens, and they could have lost it. They played it slow, like literally slow and steady wins the race. They decided to, every time someone went down, someone else took chase, someone else picked up slug. Once everybody was on their feet and one person was in chase, they would go the other way. Great, you know, 360, 180 for a chainsaw there. Really, really well done. The last generator pops. We potentially will see outs here. Otherwise, it'll be 4K0. Yeah, really, really good job of slowing down, playing their game. Again, every kick is one less kick towards the one more kick towards the regressions. What a really explosive. I want to say though, really not just the chases, not just the gen progress and whatnot. Not just the gen progress, but also the great communication from the team. Everybody going and doing their job the way they need to do it. Communicating. They almost never got caught out on a gen because he suddenly was like looking like he's going to chainsaw 180s and goes across the map. They got called out right away. Nobody got cross-mapped. Nobody got caught out. Really great play by the survivors.
Yes, which is actually very difficult for Hillbilly because if you're in chase and you're behind a wall and you don't have perfect line of sight on him, and he chainsaws, you can only call him so early on where he's going, but the survivors can counteract that risk by saying he might be leaving, and the serves play safe. They don't get caught off guard. So, yeah, and Kenshi's going to get a pickup on Julian. This might be 6 stages. It could be. If Kenshi dies for Julian here, it could be 6.
Which is crazy. Like I love the scoreboard and
what is it?
I've seen that happen. We fell onto nothing there, but I've seen that happen. That happened with the Ghoul yesterday too, where they jumped onto something and they had to wait for their power to turn off because they were kind of.
Angels is a very good Lich, and so is Julian. If Julian's going to be their Lich player, he is very experienced and he has done really well on him before. So this is kind of a 50-50 for me.
We found our first chase pretty quickly here. Yeah, I edge a little bit towards Ascent because they picked this, but I've seen a lot of really good play for Vecna from multiple teams. So this is there's a lot of you lose out on a lot of some play you get with other M1 killers. Like you can't really tank a hit for somebody when a skeleton's coming at your face, right? So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. We have Ruin Undying with Corrupt Intervention and Pain Res. We saw one of the totems was about to go down, got interrupted, but it'll probably get broken right away here. We're going to be playing, there it goes. So Undying is gone. We're going to go down into the mine. This pallet is not strong, but I have seen some insane play. Oh, but never mind. Acid with a skeleton right on their head. I feel like that was a little bit of a... It's hard to dodge that, but you can see the hand motions of Vecna. So I feel like that was very duckable. I know when they put them right on your head, but when you see them, when they're making the motion to put the skeletons out, you can duck it there. Unfortunately, Acid didn't react in time. Does get taken out, and we're gonna go flyer on the map and see if we can interrupt some of these generators with our Ruin.
Well, I'm pretty sure he got that hit because of the animation cancel that you can do with Lich, because I think he was looking for that animation and then he saw his hands go away, so I guess he just reacted to that too quickly and uncrouched. So I think it was just a simple outplay by Angels, honestly. Like, there used to be a animation cancel that you could do on the Stranger Things Vecna as well. In fact, I was probably one of the first people to find that out. I spammed that. I was doing it all the time. And it got removed recently from what I've been told. I don't know for sure. I haven't played Vecna in a little while. But the animation cancel for Lich has been a thing for ages, and people are really starting to use that. And I know Angels does a lot. As you could see, like he was spamming the animation of the skeletons pretty much the entire time. We're going to be taking a trade, just making sure that Acid doesn't go second stage. They do pop 1 gen. So this Pain Res, they pop 2 gens. This Pain Res is a waste.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, and yeah, wow. Hopefully we got a little bit of value for it, but yeah, that Pain Res came in like a second too late. Wow, 2 gens popped. Really fortuitous timing here for our Survivor team. But we're going to continue the tunnel out here on Acid. By the way, I just want to point out really quickly the add-ons. We do have 2 half-second extending add-ons, which is to say that the gloves there will extend the mage hand hold for a half second, and the quill there. And yeah, that's you got to thread the needle there. There's not a whole lot you can do. You can't crouch those skeletons. Really good elevation play there by Angels. The other add-on, sorry, the quill there is an extra half second of flight, which is really nice. It feels really good. Gets you a little bit more distance because the fly is so fast.
Yeah, The advantage of having these add-ons over the normal one that is brought, I forget the name of it, but it's the one that whenever you use your mage hand on a pallet, you get, I believe it's 5% haste for a split second.
So boots of speed,
Yeah. You usually are able to catch up because what it does is it doesn't necessarily speed you up, it just counteracts the slowdown that you get from using the mage hand. So you're basically the same speed the entire time. But you don't really need it on this map because the pallet loops are so short that you usually make it around anyway. So having the extended time of mage hand and also the extended fly is really, really good. It means that you can get across the map more and also be able to counter those jiggy hits.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, no, that's actually an amazing play by Ascent, taking the hit with BT, because then he gets a speed boost from the hit.
No, I'm just shocked that it must have been like 14.3 seconds is what I'm saying, because that felt like it was so long. I think that Angels thought that was going to be a down and it was still BT. That's crazy.
Yeah, the 15-second BT was definitely a decision, but I mean it
was in fact a choice that was made.
it always lasts much longer than you would think. It always does, unless you have like an exact timer for it. But they don't pop that gen. Is he going to mage hand this? He does. The animation cancel was a bit late, so I think he actually ended up slowing down there.
Great play.
Oh, he was expecting the skeletons. Animation cancel again coming into play. They do pop that gen. Kenshi wins that vault. Very nice. He does have skeletons, but I don't know if they're going to really come into play here. He does have urban evasion.
You can use them to zone too, like this. Yeah, there. So you dodge them, but you use them to zone so he can't take the window and it gets a hit. So that's
yeah, because even with the timing, he can get the vault, but it will only be a medium, meaning the cooldown will be over by the time that you swing.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
it's a good use of the skeletons. Zoning skeletons are sometimes just as good as a hit. Like sometimes, obviously, elevation hits are what you want to go for, and you get a lot of those on this map. But the reality is that a lot of the times they're playing for a pallet. They're playing for, you know, they're rotating to a new tile, and you can shoot the skeletons out, force them to crouch, which stops them from making any distance. So really well played. This is the survivors have got a lot of progress done here, Flightless. So it looks like we may end up getting all the generators done. We got a pretty decent split, but Kenshi is inching closer to death. If we can keep Kenshi dead, and even if we get the last gen done, you know, one more person in endgame is not a bad result.
Yeah, this is, I mean, unless he finds the savior here, this is looking like maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 stages if they save Kenshi and then he gets another fresh hook in the end game. But he might just instantly take this pain res. Yeah, he's going to take this pain res.
I'd be shocked if the gen doesn't pop.
It's going to stop Julian's gen from popping. He's waiting a second for some reason, but now he's going to instantly tunnel Kenshi, meaning Julian has a choice: either hope that Kenshi can hold chase, which he has no shack pallet, so it's going to be very difficult, and do his gen and then pull, or pull and the gen doesn't pop for even longer. Kenshi does dodge that. That's huge. Oh, he needs to win the shack window, which shack window is very strong.
Flight is about to come off cooldown, so we're going to catch up here.
Okay, now we're playing 50s.
Oh,
he
well played. Perfect flight.
Very well played. It looks like Julian, is he popping the gen? This gen is taking a lot longer than I expected, even with pain res.
Well, and the problem is though for Angels is we've already popped. We just used our fly in that chase. Yeah, we're gonna try and pop that gen. Throwing a low skeleton and hits. Are we gonna get the gen done?
Does he get it?
We all get it done! Oh my goodness, the skeleton play into the M1 and they get a 4K1 Angels with a great end of this match. Well played, Julian gambles and loses. Wow.
Even if he had taken the half second it would have taken to dodge the skeleton, that would have been worth it because he wouldn't have been instantly 2-tap after. Oh my, that's a
great
perfectly
aim.
Placed divot in the ground.
Great aim on the skeletons too. He hit the middle skeleton dead on the survivor. Like, perfection. You know, chef's kiss. Very well played. Do you remember earlier in the unknown match where I said Angels were a little off center? Well, he's corrected his sights and he's nailing that. Wow, that was perfect. Really well played. I can't believe that. That's crazy. That when we were,
Like,
I mean, a second ago when Ace was sitting on hook, it looked like they were gonna pop the jet and get out, and I was like, well, maybe they'll get 8 or 9 stages. Never mind.
I mean, he was on hook for like 50 or 60 seconds. So
Loaded into the Ormond Mine. We are looking for all the generators to be completed to win this match. Julian will need to get a 4K2 if we want to take it to the tiebreaker. We will need to stop them from popping all of the generators at least. We're going to take a chase here on Wispy over to this, I think it's a, there's a 4-lane near main building. Crouches the skeleton, so already the survivors are doing a pretty good job. I think we're going to get the M1 here. Oh, you know what? Great job not going for that window. Julian slightly takes it wide, thinking that we're going for the window, but instead goes for the pallet. And Wispy gets out of this already doing great compared to last match.
yeah, this build is much better for this win condition, I think. This pop eruption pain res, like, even if you happen to, I don't know, waste a pain res or something, you still have that pop eruption. And it makes every kick more worth it. He just needs to get this down early. He needs to have at least one generator still remaining before he gets his hook. Like before they pop 2.
Fun fact about that Mage Hand there. You used to be able to do that a lot easier. Throw the pallet down after you pick it back up. But when they made the balance changes to Vecna, first gen pop, when they made the balance changes to Vecna, they made it so that if you use Mage Hand while the pallet is going down, you will be able to get the swing through just in time there. That is of course using the Mage Hand to pick the pallet back up versus holding it. But we're gonna get a pallet save here, and we're gonna see 2 generators done without a single hook on the board. Julian is running out of time here.
Yeah, Julian, not remembering who he's versing right now, because if he knew what team he's versing with Jaw on the board, he knows never go for that pallet save. You look like Edge Shack for this pallet save, because Jaw is going to be somewhere, and he actually falls for it. So now every bit of chase time that he had on Wispy is lost. Literally the only thing he got out of this was losing 2 gens, and then that's it. So this is a very, very bad start for Julian. Looking at this gen spread, it doesn't look like he has a good gen spread either. So even if he happens to get a quick kill here still, he's going to be at maybe 1 gen left and entering the 3v1. Yeah, that's even best case scenario, is losing only 1 generator. Like only losing 2 generators for a death here, somehow.
I don't like the way Julian is using these skeletons here, by the way. We're like just like we're throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. Literally throwing skeletons at the wall, seeing what sticks, because we're just tossing them out and hoping that the survivor doesn't duck, and that's just not a good way to play the game. Wispy is going to go down here, a little aggressive for Wispy, working on a generator injured near the chase. Could be a little bit of a little cocky here, but you know what? When you're this far ahead, it can be okay. It will probably not come into effect, but that was a very aggressive play, we'll say, by Wispy there.
Yeah, and we finally get our first hook at 2 gens remaining with a 4K2 win condition. So a bit rough, but I don't know what Julian's game plan can be here. Like, he just needed a good start, and he just did not have it. Does not get that body block because of the no collision for a split second there. Does not win the 50, never mind, he does get hit. He can maybe stop main, but he's not even going to it yet. I guess he's not expecting Zaphis to have as much progress as he does. This is... Okay, the Angel's taking a good chase spot. I guess Jaw and Wispy are going to be stacking their gen very soon, trying to make sure that they don't get 4K2 at the bare minimum.
That pallet save was game ending. Like, you know, The first chase lasted longer than it maybe should have, with some really good plays there by Wispy in the corner, and as a result, it prolonged, and then with the pallet save, it almost ended the match before it started.
Oh,
It's not over yet.
Wait a second. I thought that Zaphos was doing main and Jaw and Wispy were stacking the gen by Shack. Jaw's on a completely different gen. He's about to pop.
Yeah.
This is It's about to be 2 stages.
And we thread the needle there. Yeah, Julian is a little too aggressive with the skeletons. Like, you can throw them out randomly and hope for a hit, but if any survivor is paying attention and knows what they're doing, they'll be able to crouch them really well. Like, we had that one on Jaw at that TL wall where we just shot them. Unless you put them right on their head or you catch them at elevation, you're just not going to catch a good survivor with the skeletons. And unfortunately, yeah, it cost Julian. I think just based on that, as well as, you know, great survivor play, that costs the win, and that is going to be the W for Team Ascent. So Ascent goes up 2-1, and Winter's going to want to come back here and tie it up again with their Spirit pick. You did some casting on Spirit earlier today. Azeroth, by the way, that was a crazy stall out that they had at the very end of that match, where they were trying to get out the gates, trying to get out of Shack side to top side, and it was just a 5-minute stalemate. That was insane. Azeroth,
Floppy is not that good of a pick. It's still something. Like, it will still slow down the heals. Now he doesn't even have that, so
yeah.
That is huge. So Momo is going to have to pull out a really big result here, I think. And he doesn't have a whole lot of resources to do it with.
When you're looking at any time I see Suffocation Pit or ARP, the first thing I look at is what is the gen split. Sometimes you can get the, usually you get a 3-1-3 split, 3 gens on either side of the map with 1 in the middle. Sometimes you get those gens that lean towards one end of the map. The situation right now, as we cross the map, we have 3 pretty deep on the main building side, corrupted right now. There is a middle generator that leans a little bit towards top side, but it is fairly central. So all in all, this is about as textbook and ARP as you can have. And we're going to be continuing the chase here on Angels. Angels drops off of the crane there. I think that was balanced landing, I want to say. It looked like balanced landing off the ramp there.
No, she made a falling sound, so it's not balanced landing. But
oh, it wasn't? Okay. I saw the fall off. I don't know what the goal there was. Maybe it just cut off a little bit of distance. So.
Yeah, you can run up the ramp and you don't get enough stagger if you drop off early enough. So you gain like a little bit of distance. But good phase by Momo, getting a quick down. Although, obviously, no pain res, so you don't get any regression for this hook, and it's in the corrupted side, meaning there's no one here, most likely. You may have someone stealthing for pull, but there's at least 2 survivors on the other side of the map. So if you wanna pressure these gens, you can't pressure the hook. So very big downside here.
The really unfortunate thing about not having pain res as well is that your only regression is eruption, and we talked about this with the Billy match. With eruption, you're dealing with every kick is 2 kicks out of 8, Next down, if this generator doesn't pop before the next down, nice short. Momo is doing great. What happened there? Jaw seemed to lag. I don't know if that was lag or...
No. I know what happened. Jaw got jump scared. He was like, "Oh!" And then he screamed so loud, and he threw his mouse across the floor. So
I wonder,
because
he tried a little sneaky stop running and stand still play. Momo wasn't having any of it, and then Jaw continued to stand still for a few seconds there, so that's wild. Anyways, fresh hook on Jaw. We got Angels has been unhooked and healed, so far we're just going for freshes, and it looks like we're going to chase after Zappos here down by Shack side. I do like this a little bit. I mean, not tunneling out is always sketchy, but coming down here and putting Eruption down and stopping the progress on the generators that were getting progressed during the first chase is a good thing. So, positives and negatives.
Yeah, there's getting that down on Jaw there was really huge, and I was actually going to speak on that as soon as you were done saying what you were saying, but the fact that we're not tunneling that makes what I was saying pretty much a moot point. Like, now Zaphos is going to be able to make Shack window unless he doesn't go for it, but now he's able to play this. No eruption on the Shack gens because we did not wait for the eruption cooldown. And I'm pretty sure they're stacking that gen on the hill, so they might pop anyway. Meaning now...
Agitation.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They pop anyway, I think. Yeah, they'll definitely pop that. He might take a hit for it, but that's about it. And then I think the savior for Jaw is probably rotating to the Shack gen. So, yeah, they popped it. Unless, wait, no, was that a topside gen? I can't tell.
That was a topside gen. That was a topside gen.
Okay,
so we have a top and bottom. And the hill gen there was the one closest to the middle as well. It was very like shallow bottom, shallow shack side, right? So we got rid of one of the 3 gen up top. We got rid of one of the 3 gen at bottom. Again, the middle gen is leaning towards the top side, so you could still make something work if you want to secure a 3 gen on this main building side here. But I mean, it's very easy to work on that middle gen, and then as soon as you get in chase, to run all the way down to shack side or opposite, either way, right? Like jiggy all the way down the map. So it is very possible to do.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, we do find angels again, so we can maybe get a death hook survivor here. He's trying to fake the phase, not knowing that you can hear phase still. I mean, I don't hate this, but you don't have any 3 gen. You have really no map pressure other than pure chase, and it looks like they're having good chase so far. So this is looking like very, very rough for Momo. I don't really see what he can do from this point.
Well, chase, like you said, let's do some chases. That was the middle gen. Okay, so I think that was the middle gen. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so now we're done. We've got 1 deep bottom, 2 deep top. You got to play your chases, and you got to get as many stages as possible now.
The only chance he has is to be able to...
Is that Shack? No.
No, it's the gen on 7 for people who know the clock callouts.
Yeah, sorry,
but
keep going.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Momo can 4K this. I don't think it's possible. Even if he finds the rotations, like perfectly, which almost impossible, but if he does, he then has to chase that person who's rotating, and they get free gen progress. Like, not even your whole phase can make it from bottom to top side. You make it from bottom or top to mid map. That's as far as you can go. So, I mean, I feel like Momo not tunneling this game really has backfired.
Well, and this is the problem I was talking about loading into the match. Spirit doesn't have the mobility to play. Look how far away these gens are, right? Like, if you're Billy or Ghoul, you're struggling to hold this down. And they're some of the most mobile killers in the game, right? We got that quick down on Jaw at the hill gen at the beginning after Angels was, but yeah, the quick unhook on Angels, and we didn't come back. If we kept the chase down this end of the map and kept Angels and tunneled out Angels, that might have worked. But as a result, maybe we got a little bit greedy for fresh hooks. The third hook on Zaphis, like the third hook of the game, which was the fresh hook on Zaphis, took a little too long, and it was kind of in a position where we really didn't need to be. So as a result, yeah, Momo's playing for stages here, and it's not looking like a lot of stages are going to come in. So it may come down to the survivors of winter to really put on a strong performance. And again, keep in mind, we have a penalty on the board, so a tie won't cut it. We have to get a whole extra hook stage over the other team.
Yeah, Momo can maybe get an extra 3 stages on Wispy, which will be 7 stages 4 fresh. He does find them. That's huge. If he can get this chase a 2-tap, maybe he gets his phase back instantly, so that Sun doesn't do. It's not too bad. Angel's taking a hit. I mean, he can maybe do something if he can 2-tap this and get Eruption. Maybe he can go for someone else and get 8 stages, but it looks like Wispy's just going to play this too well. Like, Momo cannot catch him.
And yeah, you know when Angels is running in for the hit tank, you know very well that is we're getting the gen done, and we're trying to get out of here and leave you with Angels 1 hook stage on the board. Someone's on this door. Attempted blind there on the hill. You know that Zaphis is on this door. Is it going to be done in time? It is, and wow, that is really unfortunate. Angels is still on the ground. Sorry, spoke too soon. Jaw picks up Angels. We want that one hook. I mean, realistically, we'd love Jaw, but I mean, I don't see a way that you can. You have to take the one hook. If you go for two, you take a tap. They tank hits and it's over. Oh, live.
Got baited by the live. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, at best you get.
Oh my goodness.
You get 5 stages here. Wait, why is he not phasing? Maybe he can get Zaphis here.
Oh, maybe Zaphis. Yeah, okay.
No, he gets.
Wrong person.
He gets 4 staged. Angels went to Shaq to get Hatch. Oh no.
Oh,
that means Winter have to 3 stage Ascent Spirit in order to win this, because they can't tie. Remember, like 4 stages, if you could tie, doable. Like, you know, maybe you can have one dead, and like maybe you can have someone who. And we have a really good build. We have Corrupt, Painres, Eruption, Dragon's Grip. I like this build. It's really good at defending the gens. I would like Agi, but
I was gonna say it doesn't have the best perk though. You said.
yeah, but you know, it's okay. It's Jaw. You know, he doesn't. He's a survivor main. He doesn't know the tactics.
Fair. 3 gen, pretty tight down here. Actually, almost exactly the same as last time. A little. One of the gens is over by the crane this time instead. I haven't turned around and seen the other, but it looks like there's a strong 4 gen all the way up at the main building there. So, you know, add insult to injury here. Looks like we might have a really. Yeah, look at that 4 gen down there. Obviously, we're down in the corrupt right now. Wow, we are hard stealthed here. We're not just in basement. We're in basement in a locker. Wait, are they both there?
They're right next to.
They're not all there, are they?
Wait.
No way.
Let's take a look at all the survivors real quick. I want to see what they're doing.
They're all in the basement. Get out of here. No. There's no way we get a pull. Are they?
Wait.
What is happening?
He's leaving. Wait,
no way.
If
no
this works.
way. No way.
Killer,
that is wild.
I'll tell you exactly what Draw is thinking right now. He's thinking that 2 survivors split to either side of bottom side.
Oh my god.
They went to each corner and they were stealthing, waiting for a chance to cross. And so he goes in basement, see if maybe he catches someone off guard, gets a quick chase, and then he can get pain res, yada yada. But the second he goes down there, he doesn't see someone. He's like, okay, they must have crossed top side. They're still bottom.
Could you imagine how terrifying it is? All 4 of you are in lockers and she comes down there. Like, I'm not in their voice chat, but like one of 2 things happened. They were like, oh no, or they were laughing so hard. One of the 2, I'm guessing. Anyways, regardless of what happened, Jaw now clueless to what's going on, comes back up to the top side, looking for the gen progress that is not there. This is a disgusting 4 gen though. There is not a generator anywhere close. We've waited out corrupt and we're working on the bottom gens. If Winter has a chance, this is the move that is gonna make it happen.
That stealth, they're going straight back into the basement. I don't even think they have head on. They don't. They have 4 people live and smash hit. Wait, he's not checking basement. Wait, I don't like
Momo going to the corner there, by the way. That's terrifying because, I mean, I know you don't want to get pulled out of a locker, but like, dude, what is this Scooby-Doo stuff going on?
This is literally as if though Jaw got some penalty that he's only allowed 3 perks, and the survivors have old spawn locations where they can spawn anywhere on the map. Like, that's literally. Oh no!
Julian got pulled! What a terrifying time to turn over. Oh, that's so disappointing. That was so interesting.
No, if this had worked, it would have been magnificent. I mean, even with this, it's going to be very difficult to win because of this 4 gen. Genuinely, Jaw could just sit here, let them pop the 3 generators on the other side of the map, and he'd probably still win from this position with Eruption, Dragon's Grip, Painless. So it was still going to be very difficult, but if it had worked, it would have been comp DBD series worthy. Not just one video, like 5 videos.
when we got into this match, I was like, there's no way. Winter's in big trouble. They pretty much can't pull it off, blah, 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 blah. After that paid off, I'm like, I'm all in. I wanted Winter to win. I still don't think it's going to happen, but I'm all in. I'm like right there. I want to see Winter pull this off. We have a dead hard coming here. Waiting for it. Oh my goodness!
That
Doesn't waste the dead hard. That is crazy that we didn't dead hard there.
I mean, very good patience from Julian. Good
and the dead hard comes in. Let's go!
I mean, it doesn't look like it matters because he has his phase back. He has no dead hard now and nothing to work with.
Well, we got 2 gens for it.
Oh, he doesn't.
We got 2 gens.
I mean, yeah, two gens for this is still good. I mean, he still has pain res though. This is going to pain res Acid's gen, unless he does. I don't think he makes one actually. There's no shot they do this. I don't believe it.
They're 1 hook away. Or sorry, 2 hooks away.
Yeah, he.
What happened there?
He was going for the hook somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe behind lane, and then realized he maybe couldn't make it.
Dragon's grip.
Yeah, but he does know Acid is here. Well, he knows someone's here. He saw the scratch marks.
But Acid
has already left and working another gen. Oh, someone else. Oh, I found Momo. No. If he had been able to pull last millisecond, this could have been huge.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't trade here. Whoever's working on... Okay. I mean, these survivors are playing these chases fantastic. Obviously, Julian's first hook was a gimme. But... coming in for that unhook for free-ish. If we take Acid, we could face camp Acid to death far away from a door. Not that we would do that. We're going to go for the tunnel out here, but...
Yeah, draw.
You know what, Flightless? Like, points for trying. They made this map, like, work. Like, they made something of nothing, basically, so...
Oh, unfortunate. And now that's going to be a pain res. Honestly, if Momo hadn't got found there, they maybe still could have done something. Honestly,
maybe.
Like they would have been able to pull last second, and Acid would have been able to get plenty of gen progress on this gen that just got pain res. Then, and maybe Julian would have been able to make bottom side because now all the gens on bottom side are popped. To be fair, from this point, if they don't get any more stages, they win. But if they get one more stage, they lose.
But we've got a tight 4-gen with resources gone and Dragon's Grip and an injured survivor.
Listen,
so I
never
agree
say
with
never. He's going to win this. Okay.
Listen, I went from being completely like, it's never going to happen. My goodness, Momo. Okay. All right. You know what? Moral victory for Team Winter. They did not give up until the last second. They pulled out some crazy Scooby-Doo play, hiding in lockers. They made a crazy effort. It didn't pay off, but you know what? Points for trying. Winter, I'm rooting for you next week because I want to see you guys go to the group of 8. As things stand, that is the win right there, right? That's 4, right? Yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, it is.
That is the win for Team Ascent. So Ascent, we're going to play out the match, of course, but Ascent will take the Spirit set, will win the matchup 3-1, and will progress to the proper bracket, the 8-team bracket for the Winter Circuit that will be playing, I believe, starting in 2 weeks, because next week will be the final qualifiers. Looks like we might end up getting 4K2'd here. But good effort for Winter, and I'm looking forward. I want to see them pull it off next week, regardless of who they go against.
Yeah, genuinely, if Momo had gotten a better result on his Spirit game, with that stealth at the start, this could have been rough for Ascent. Like, this definitely could have gone ghoul. Because, say Momo had gotten maybe 9 stages, they would have been playing a lot more safe and way less risky than they had to. So, they could have definitely outed from this kind of position. So, I mean, props to them. Just a few mistakes on the killer side and also Ascent serve side playing really, really well. Unknown is, I mean, I'll be honest, kind kind of just a whitewash for Team Ascent, but Hillbilly, they really showed up. Like their serve gameplay was really good from Team Winter. And they're
That
killing.
Hillbilly match was phenomenal on both sides. Like that was the match of the day for them.
That was basically both teams playing super well and seeing who comes out on top. That was basically what it was. Lich, I mean, they just got unlucky not being able to pop that last gen, and then Julian being ran for so long into a pallet save kind of cooked him from there, and then Momo not being able to bring his build plus penalty makes it extra rough.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. So, yeah, the unknown was just the tunnel out took too long, so Ascent wins. Billy was insanely close, even though the scoreboard won't show it. Like, it was basically two teams going for 4K2, but then when we failed to get it, Ascent got 4 hooks in the end, right? Ascent takes it. I am sticking around here, and I'm going to be joined by Metal Bro right away for the final matchup of Umbrella versus Exodus.